This is a demonstration on how to use PIxlr, which is a pretty simple web-based photo editing program. You can actually get it on your phone too, which is kind of interesting, but we don't care about that. So go to PIxlr.com and hit the photo editor button at the top there. And when you do, you'll notice a screen like this pop up. Now there's a bunch of options. You can create one from scratch, pick one from your computer. That's what we're going to do. You can also just directly paste the URL into the editor, but we're going to stick with downloading it to your computer first. It's a little safer. So we need a picture to use. You can Google one, and you'll notice that the Google search here says vector surfboard. A vector image is one that has a transparent background, which is pretty useful, especially if you're trying to put this on a website because you don't want it to interfere with any of your other backgrounds. So you want to find something called a vector image, and you'll know it's a vector image when you click on it. You'll be able to see these little checkered boxes in the background if you look there. That's universal computer language for transparent. So we're going to want to use this one. Let's save it to our computer somewhere. We'll put it on our desktop here. If you're on your school computer, save it to your student drive, of course. And we've got to replace it. Okay, so we save it to our computer, and now we'll go back to the image editor and we'll open it from our computer. And you'll have to just select the right file, which can sometimes be difficult. But okay, so here we go. Now the first thing I'm going to want to do with this image is you can't really type on anything vertically. That's a little annoying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the image menu here, which lets you edit things like the size, and you get to rotate it. We're going to first want to rotate it horizontally because we're going to want to put some text on here. So there we go. Now it's horizontal. In addition, this is a pretty large image. 900 pixels by width is pretty much the size of half your screen. That's pretty large. So I'm going to change the size. You'll notice that constrained proportions box is checked. You want to always keep that checked. That'll stop anything from getting grainy. And you'll have to play around until you see the right size. I think 250 is probably good for this one, so that's what I selected. Alright, now let's put some text on there. So if you hit the text tool on the left-hand side, you can click anywhere on the image and basically just start typing. Now you'll notice nothing's appearing. That's because if you look at the color, it's black text. So let's change the color. And of course, white text on a black background will show up the best. So you can use your little color picker here to figure out what you want and hit OK. And I'm also going to change the font too. I know which one I want, but you can feel free to experiment with all of the fonts they have to offer. So the one I'm going to choose is Century Gothic. Let's see if I can get there. Nope, there it is. So we're looking for the italics version though. Let's see. That looks good. Alright, so we have surf. We'll hit OK, and we need another one for the red surfboard. So we'll type in club, and let's also change its color because red on black, not so good. Okay, so here is the text. Now you'll notice it's a little out of alignment, so you're going to click the arrow tool up here. That'll let you move stuff around. We also want to zoom in a little bit because you can't really see. So there we go, that's better. And you'll notice that no matter where you click, the club letters are dragged. That's because in this layers panel, the club is highlighted. So if you click the surf part, then you can move the other pieces around just like that. So there we go. That looks like it's pretty centered. And I don't want to be too fine about it, so we'll just have to deal with that. Alright, let's save it to our computer so we can upload it. And you want to save it as a PNG because that keeps the transparency. JPEG will put a white background on it, which we don't want. So we're going to keep it as a PNG, and we'll give it a name. And then when you hit OK, you should get a little message pop up that says image saved. So there it is. Alright, if you hop back into your website editor, Wix is great because you can just kind of delete stuff. I don't want this old logo here because that's not what I'm selling. I want my own. So let's get rid of these and just click them and delete them. And if we hit the add button, an image, we want an image without a frame. If we put a frame on it, it's going to give it a background, which we don't want. So we want image without a frame. And that's not our image. That's because we haven't told it what to put. So let's make sure that we click on the image and we want to change it. We don't really want to edit it. So let's change the image. So now you can click the upload image button and change it to the one we used. There's the one we saved earlier. So you can click it and hit change image, and sure enough, here it is. Now, if you look closely, you'll notice that it's kind of getting cut off. No matter how you scale the box, it's going to get cut off. So we want to actually edit some settings on the image. So go to Settings, and where it says Image Scaling, the menu here, you want to pull it down. It's on Crop right now, but we want it to fit the size of our window. So there we go. Now it's in the size of the window, and we can scale it down to the size we want. So let's do that for a sec. Get rid of this menu here and get rid of this other menu, and it's a little too small still, so let's widen it just a little bit. And now you can drag it around in the header, and there you go. Not going to be too fine with it again, but that's okay. So that's how you make logos and images for your website. If you have any questions, shoot an email to someone. There you go. Good luck.